I need a better practice routine. It's something I hear people say all the time. And when I hear someone say it, my first assumption is that they don't really understand how to practice. In this video, I'm going to explain to you why thinking about having a practice routine is the wrong way to think about it and what you should think about instead, so that you can play piano at the highest level. So what do I mean by don't have a practice routine? What I'm not saying is that it's bad to have a structured time where you practice your instrument. If you know every day from 4 to 5 you can practice and it's kind of in your daily routine, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. What I really mean is that the word routine has this weight of it of like being boring, being predictable, being repetitive. And if you really want to get better at piano or at any instrument for that matter, you need to be playing stuff you don't know how to play. When people say that they want to have a practice routine, I think what they're envisioning is like, oh, I want to be able to just like do my scales. Or maybe they sit down and they like run their scales like this every day. But they're not actually getting results. You don't want to just be like, oh, here's the thing I play to get started at the piano. When you practice, it should be creative, adventurous, and exploratory. You should be pushing yourself to find new things. This can be put into routine things. So for example, if we go to the scales, instead of just like playing your C scale with your brain off, playing hannon with your brain off, what if you took your C scale and pushed yourself to play it in ways you didn't think you knew how to play it before? So, play it like that. What if we do it 2 octaves? What if I do it with my eyes closed? What if I try it in thirds? I just had an idea. I wonder if I can do this. I wonder if I can do it in thirds and contrary motion. Mostly, this mic is in the way, girl. Let me go up an octave. But actually, I even noticed I was struggling a bit with that. So if I were to practice live for you right now, I would play this really freaking slow. I'm recognizing that my left hand isn't as confident with the fingering as my right hand. Great, let me come back. It's fun ending it there. So, just while trying to demonstrate what it looks like to practice, I actually just jumped into practicing. I realized I wasn't able to go I'm not able to do that totally confidently, like freely without looking. I have to start to think when I do that. So, if I were practicing C major to get better at playing ideas in that, I would work on this pattern again really slow. I would think about my fingering a whole lot. Think about breathing and relaxing and being able to do it without looking at my hands. I'm going to hit the mic if I do 2 octaves. And I'm not gung-ho to go fast. I don't really care about going fast. I know the speed will come if I can do it precise and confidently and slow. I would rather be able to do it slow and be able to talk to you guys than rip through it holding my breath, It's not really getting better. You want to be able to do it relaxed and calm. See, don't have it fast yet, so I'm going to do it slow. And I would use my phone as a metronome if it weren't filming me right now. So what I'm doing right now isn't routine. That's not an exercise I get up and do every day. In fact, that's the first time I've ever tried to do that. But what I did was demonstrate to you how I could pick a topic I already have some fluency in, the C scale, and say, what's a way that I could play this that would be beyond what I can currently do right now? And I found something. I said, okay, I'm going to play this really slow. And I'm going to focus on playing it precise and slow and pushing myself to be on the edge of my comfort zone. So where you're at is probably a little different than where I'm at. What I would recommend to you is like, if there's a song you think you know, see if you have it memorized. Like, I'm going to try and play the melody of the song memorized right now. If you don't, that's what you practice. Memorize that today. If you have it memorized, maybe you say, I'm going to play a specific pattern through the whole song. I'm going to play 1, 3, 5, 7 on every chord. If you can't do that, that's what you practice. If you can, maybe you come up with a more complicated pattern. This would just be, for example, on a song. Maybe you pick a scale. You say, E major. Like, first, do you know E major? If you don't, practice it. Like, learn it for real. Don't go open up a book and read it and say, got it. No, like, learn E major. You can play it 2 hands, 2 octaves. You can play it with different articulations. You can play it with different intervals. This is what practicing means. This is why I say don't have a routine. I'm not saying don't practice at the same time every day if that works for you. And I'm also not saying don't have like routine things you go to. Like maybe you say every day when I start practicing, the first thing I do is work on chords. It's like, great, but make sure you're actually working on chords. Make sure you're not just playing the same chords you always play and already know. Make sure that you're finding new ways to challenge yourself to come up with new stuff. Thank you for watching this video. If this video helped, click like, click subscribe, drop a comment, let me know, what do you want to know on the piano? I'm here to help. And if you want to learn how you can work with me directly to level up your piano playing and become an amazing piano player like 10 times faster than you could on your own, send me a message on Instagram at Adventure with Danny. Happy practicing.